currently in production on an animated pilot episode about an aspiring chef who's hoping to unite the universe through recreating authentic human cuisine after a galactic war destroyed Earth. It's called Spice Frontier. It's based on this book that we made into a short film, and now we're expanding the story with new characters and more world building. In this video, we'll hear from the director of Spice Frontier, Jalil Sadul, and voice actor Zach Cipriano about the character that launched the Spice Frontier crew on this epic adventure.
Could the cartographers have been that far off?
Kent is not like the quintessential hero. He is more of the hero that ends up becoming a hero despite of himself.
No. I've got this.
He's a character who has a passion and a vision. He's such a good-hearted person and somebody who just wants to do right. And he's also clever, he thinks outside the box. He thinks very creatively. It's super helpful, but it's also exciting for us as an audience. You don't have the guy that will always save the team using sheer force. He has a character that uses his head to solve a problem.
I don't even know if we can pull it off, but we have to try.
When we were writing Kent, I put a lot of me in there with how he started and where he comes from, and his ship crash lands on this planet called Demed, and there's a species called the Precardians that live there, and he's adopted by this Precardian couple. They actually own a restaurant. He's raised in a family of chefs, and then he learns to cook at a very young age.
I'm a human raised by Precardians. I grew up on a planet like Demed.
But very quickly he realizes that they don't like humans. There's a lot of prejudice, where he grew up, so he needed to get out. And he boards the ship and he meets this chef that was Datmore. And that's really what sparks him to the taste of human food, because he just looked at being human as a curse, so he never really wanted to know about humanity. But through food, he starts to go, this food is amazing.
Last seen, used, and tasted 258 years ago. It's sea salt.
Datmore found this book that was a recipe book from 400 years ago. So Kent takes it and tries to recreate all these dishes. Unfortunately, though, there's no authentic ingredients. But Kent becomes obsessed by this book.
Oh, I can only imagine the ingredients they brought with them.
He goes looking for all these ingredients and he can't find them anywhere. So he decides to chart the universe. Where did they go? They went there, where are they now? But he never had a plan to go look for that. He never did until he meets Eloy. And he gets that grand idea of, I can gather all of this and bring all of it in one place.
Imagine this, restaurants and food stalls as far as the eye can see.
My name is Zach Cipriano, I'm a voice actor, and I voice Kentucky Williams. The thing I love most about Kent is that despite all of the trauma and the challenges that he's been through, Kent is still hopeful. Kent still has goals, Kent still has dreams, and it's not like his trauma doesn't affect him, but he doesn't let it drive. What he lets drive is kindness, is his light. The most challenging part of voicing Kentucky Williams is the screaming. He screams so much. He's our brave boy. We love Kent. Kent and I are similar in that way, that we find the beauty in the going, and the diversity of this world that we live in is incredible and deserves to be celebrated.
Don't worry, meet us there.
Kent was originally not from anywhere particular, anywhere specific, and then we started designing how cartoony we want to go and how caricatured, how realistic we want to be. We started looking at chef clothing and started to go, well, you can't put him in a chef attire, he just won't work. If you have an apron on him, he just won't work as an adventurer. Maybe he has one, so that's why we started going with a more sci-fi version of a chef. In terms of his body structure and shape, we didn't want him to be the typical hero buff. He's a chef, he's not versed in martial arts or in weaponry and stuff like that, so he's a very normal human being, and we wanted a little bit of that Han Solo feel to him with the hair, the flowy hair. It took us a little while to get to him because he couldn't look like the square jaw hero. He needed to not also look like a side character. That was the difficult part, is you've got a side character look. You need to look at him and be like, yeah, I can totally follow this guy.
Wait, what?
So it was very tricky to find this appeal that would work, but we went through hundreds of drawings of Kent. We settled on a few, and then we kept rounding his face, make it a little bigger, a little smaller. There's a lot of that, the boots, the color. Yellow is my favorite color, so that was definitely something that I wanted for Kent. We wanted to stay away from the comic relief character, but we still needed a character that brings a bit of comedy, but an honesty to the comedy, not somebody that was just meant to be there to be funny.
Kent, did you just open your helmet?
No, that would probably hurt.
When everybody goes into their dark place, everybody needs a Kent. Everybody needs a Kent to come and hold you and say, hey, you'll be fine. We'll get out of it. Does he know how to get out of it? No, but we'll figure it out. We've got Sela. He's very positive. He's an optimist, you know, and I think everybody needs a little bit of Kent in their lives.
And we need everyone to subscribe to our YouTube channel because Spice Frontier Episode 1 is launching right here in May 2025. And that's not all. Steamroller Animation has a ton of original animation content in the works that we'll be releasing here as well. Thanks for joining our crew, and while you're here, check out some of our other videos.